What's going on, everybody? This is Mr. Storm, and today we're going to start talking about typography. So, really, what is typography? Well, you're going to want to read this page here that I provided as a link. You're going to want to watch the video and kind of like really pay attention, because essentially what typography is typography is the study of how to use text in a way that really displays the style and the idea that you're trying to get across with your design. There are huge differences between, say, a casual font or an exotic font, right? And they say different things about your design. And so you really need to start thinking about what you're trying to say and the tone of your design, so that you can come up with the best use of typography. So today what we're going to do is we're actually going to create a recipe. We're going to find a recipe online for something that we really like, and we are going to produce a recipe by typing it all out and choosing the right fonts and whatnot, right? So there's actually a pretty easy way to do this. First of all, I'm just going to go find something. Let's say I am hungry for, let's see, what am I hungry for right now? I'm hungry for a, I don't know, a French dip sandwich recipe. There we go, French dip recipe, and I'll just grab this first one, that's fine. Betty Crocker, right? So most recipes, they have, ingredients, directions, things like that. Now, with something like this, it is okay to copy and paste from here. I know that I said don't plagiarize. If you have a recipe that you really like and you want to make it your own, that's fine. But with this assignment, it's okay to copy and paste. We're just talking about, we're trying to get the design stuff in there. We're not really worried about, oh, get out of here. We're not really worried about original work on this one. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and open up Publisher. And a standard 8.5 by 11 piece of paper is fine for this. So I'm just going to go ahead and open that up. Now, what I can do here is I can just start bringing in all of this stuff, right? I'm going to draw one big text box here, French dip sandwiches, and we can play around with that a little bit more, oh, zoom in. Now again, I am going to make choices about the font later. Right now I just need to get the text in there. So another for the ingredients. Looks like I'm not going to be able to copy it well. Oh yeah, maybe I can. Let's just copy these. Perfect. Go back. Let's see. Okay. And again, we're going to fix all this in a minute. And then the steps. Okay. Okay, so now the raw information is there. And again, I'm going to have to go through and fix all this stuff. This looks really boring, and it's pretty difficult to read. So let's go back to the references. Let's go back to the page that I gave you. So with something like this, we're going to want to use one or two fonts. That's pretty much it. We don't want to use too many fonts in any document, especially if it's something that you want them to stare at for a while. Too many fonts on a document make it feel a lot more busy, and it kind of brings down the professionalism. It makes it feel less professional, makes it feel like it was made by an amateur, and that's something we do not want. So what we can do is we can pick two really nice fonts like Droid Serif and Lato, and then we can use those to separate information on our screen, and we can use different variations of the same font to highlight specific portions, right? So right here, this is indented, or not indented, but italicized and bold, but it's still the same font, right? So that we can break it up just a little bit there. So I am going to, I'll go back to my thing here. Let's look at my, bring this stuff down a little bit. Let's look at my, oh, I didn't want to take that down. Let's look at the title here. For a recipe, obviously I'm going to want the title to be very big, but let's pick our fonts first. All right. So the intention, we have to think about the intention behind this document. Is it going to be printed, or is it going to be something that we put on the internet? Most of the assignments you make in this class are intended for print. So the typography choices are going to be completely opposite depending on if you're going to print or if you're going to build this for a website. If you're making it for a website, if someone's reading it on a screen, you're going to want to stick to mainly sans serif fonts. Sans serif fonts are easier to read on a screen. If you are doing it for print and you have a lot of text, you're going to want to stick with a serif font. For this, I'm going to use a serif font for the title, and then I'll use a sans serif font for the body, because there's really not that much text on here. And if I do decide to put this on the internet as like a PDF insert or just directly on a web page, it'll at least look good enough to be able to be read on a screen. So I need to pick two fonts that kind of match the idea behind this, right? So I'm trying to teach you how to make French dip sandwiches. So I need a font that screams French dip, a font that screams, you're going to have a sandwich with roast beef and provolone cheese, and it's going to be melty and gooey and warm and toasty, and Cooper Black. Check that out. Cooper Black's a nice font. It kind of feels 70s. It feels a little old-fashioned. It feels, I don't know, it kind of feels warm to me. What do you guys think? It is kind of a hokey-looking font, but I like it. I like it. All right. So I'm going to make sure it's lined up along the margin here. I'm going to line it up on the 1-inch mark just to make sure that it's prominent, but it's not too close to the margin to where it would get cut off if there is some kind of bleed. I'm actually going to make it just a little bit bigger. We'll go 36, and we'll extend the text box. French dip sandwiches. All right. And you know what? Freedom dip sandwiches, because there's no time that we've been more insecure about our nation as when we renamed French fries to freedom fries. Yeah, that'll cure terrorism. All right, so now we have our title up there. And of course, there are other choices that I can make when it comes to typography for this. But we'll kind of see what the rest of the document ends up looking like before we start really deciding what we want to do. Now, these ingredients, they're hard to read. There's some weird formatting in here. So I'm going to just go in and get rid of all the stuff that I'm not going to need, right? I need the ingredients themselves. I don't need these checkboxes or bullets. So now I have a nice looking block of ingredients. Now for I like Arial Narrow. Let's see, what's another good? Consolus is pretty good. I'm going to use, Gill Sans is good. HoloLens? There's a new HoloLens? Oh, yeah, that's not for... Ooh, that does look good, though. That's a weird choice. That's a weird choice. But it's nice looking. Oh, hold on. No, that's weird. That's weird. All right, sorry. That's a good one. All right, so I'm going to use band shrift light. I'm going to make sure that the text is black. Okay. So I have, oh, okay. Ingredients. Now again, I want to make sure I separate this from the rest of the ingredients. So with Bank Shrift Light 18, I'm actually going to make this part bold, and I'll italicize. I'll just kind of copy the same idea from the example. I'm going to push it up just a little bit. Okay. Alrighty. And then down here we have our instructions. Okay. So with this, at this point, this is pretty easy. Bank Shrift Light, 18-point font. Keep it consistent. Okay. Alrighty. Where was my third step? Where did my third step start? Bake the sandwiches in a preheated oven, blah, 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 blah. Alright, so let's go back. This should be, and actually, let's get rid of these so we can put in our own numbers. Of course, make this black. And let us, where did I go? What did I just do? Not drawing tools, home. Let's number this. Let's give it 1, 2, and 3. Ugh, gross. Get out of here. Okay. Why are these? Let's try that again. Some weird carryover from the copy. So, let's try it again. Put some numbers in here. Yeah, I don't know why this is so tiny. Well, try to format the text box. No, not that. Yeah, well, let's just bullet it. How about that? We will bullet the list, and actually, that's not bad. Put a little bit of space in between. Okay. And then up here, instructions. And again, I want to bold and italicize. Okay. Now, this looks pretty good, and it's taken up a good portion. Look at my white space down here. I really don't have that much down here. I do want to say where I got the recipe. I just spelled recipe wrong because I'm an idiot. Recipe. And where did I get the recipe? Oh, nope, not that. Allrecipes.com, right? I'm going to bold that. And I'm going to put this back to the bang shrift. Or no, maybe I should do, let's do Cooper Black down here. Let's center that, of course. And we'll make that a little bigger so it's easier to read. 12. And I can get rid of the bold here. Nope, Cooper Black is weird. I'm getting rid of that. Let's go back to the bang shrift light. And that is going to be bold. Okay. Courtesy of allrecipes.com. Alright, freedom dip sandwiches instructions. I could probably pushed it down that far. Get that out of the way. Seems like a bit of a jump. Anyway, you can play around with the spacing and whatnot. I'm actually going to jump in here and change some spacing here. So remember, it's not just see, there's something going on at the end here. This spacing needs more line spacing options. There we go. Indentation, that's what it is. There's a little bit of a space after the paragraph. Okay, now we have to really look at this document and try to decide if it meets the guidelines of good typography. Let's back up a little bit. Okay, let's take a look at the flow. Everything seems to be lined up pretty well. We're only using 2 fonts in the entire document. This looks good. There's a little bit of white space here. I might be able to fill that in with a nice decorative picture or a nice picture of the sandwich, bring people in. There's a good amount of space in between the different sections. These are easy to read. The text is big enough for me to pay attention to it. I'm not confused as to everything seems to be spaced well. That's the other thing we want to look at, is we want to look at the kerning and the leading between letters and between lines. We want to make sure that we have everything, that the font we're using is a readable font, something that's easy to read. But right now this looks pretty good to me. I'm going to go ahead and just insert a picture over here just so that we can make it just look a little better. French dip. Let's see, what's a really nice looking appetizing picture of a French dip sandwich? Something that just looks like America. There we go. America and potato chips. America. Alrighty. Shrink that down, shrink that down, shrink that down. Put that right over here. And so now the picture is kind of a little, picture is a little distracting. So I'm going to just go in and play around with the picture itself. Let's do a recolor. Maybe not. This picture isn't high contrast enough to really be what I want. So let's replace this picture. Anyway, you get the idea. You can play around with it all you want, make it look really cool. Maybe the picture was a bad idea, but it's up to you what you want to do. But the goal is to make sure the typography works. And with this, there are some different choices I could make. I could probably, do a little bit more work on this, but this video is long enough, so I'm just going to leave it here and let you get started on yours. Again, remember, everything has to be spelled correctly. You have to use proper grammar. That's, proper typeset or proper syntax. Make sure you are. Ooh, here's another thing right here. These hyphens, with something this short, we shouldn't really ever have hyphens here. So what we could do is we can go to text box tools and we can change the hyphenation rules. And let's set the hyphenation zone to 0, so there's no hyphenations whatsoever. So now we have no hyphenations, everything looks good. Alrighty. Perfect. Okay, good. Yeah, read over this 1 or 2 times. When you're done with it, before you turn it in, make sure you've gone over it a few times. Ask yourself, does this look good? Does this make sense? Can I read the text? What should I do? Is there any part of it that looks weird? Go over it 1 or 2 times, and then export a PDF. A couple of you have been having some issues with that, so I want to show you really quickly how to do that. First of all, you want to save your document and put that on either on your OneDrive, which I would recommend, so that it's on your cloud and you can keep it forever. Or if you want to put it on your computer, you can go, put it on the desktop or whatever. And then you want to rename it so that you know what the publication is. You don't want it to stay publication 1, but you can rename it, French dip. Okay, so I'll save it there. So now it's French dip, but you do not want to turn that in, right? This .pub, that is not what you want to turn in. What you want to turn in is this. You want to go to export, and you want to create a PDF document. So it's going to turn it into a PDF. So I'm going to hit publish there. So now I have a PDF document, right? A PDF version of my document. That's what you want. You want the PDF version, not the PUB. I cannot grade PUB files. I can only grade PDFs. All right. So go ahead and have fun. I've been talking too long, so I apologize. I didn't mean to take up this much time. But there's a lot to talk about when it comes to typography, and it's really important that you get it right. So go have fun, enjoy yourself. I will see you next time.